Threats to ban foodstuff coming from the north to Rivers State. Southern Nigeria welcomed the challenge, Professor Dara revealed. Professor G.G. Dara, the Delta State chairman of PANDEF, has posited that the threat by some northern cabals to ban northern foodstuffs to Rivers State and southern Nigeria is a welcome challenge. Professor Dara, the Delta State PANDEF leader, who spoke extensively about the perceived imminent face-off, said, "What food item does the North have that the Rivers do not have? What food item does the North sell to us that cannot be produced in abundance down south? Beans, rice, potato, yams, cassava, etc. grew well in the Niger Delta." Continuing, the erudite academic Don observed, Ugweru Kingdom of Uhobo leads in sweet potato for chips consumed in hotels, restaurants, and food joints across Nigeria. Onions do well in northern Ogoja area of Cross River. Our rainforests are fertile for peppers and diverse species. He explained that all the farm needs of the people of the Niger Delta states are in the plantain and banana belt, which play host perhaps to the biggest plantain markets, specifically the weekly one at Zarama in Bayelsa on the east. West Highway does our carbohydrate needs are met. He remarked that the Niger Delta can still support itself for their protein demands, saying, "As far as our protein, we can be self-sufficient because the Niger Delta region is naturally endowed as it has the highest number of rivers and waterways in Africa." Professor Dara, relying on dependable data from impeccable source, said, according to the World Bank publication of 1995, there are about 250 fishes species. In 2003, Governor Ibori of Delta State took a delegation to Thailand and saw fishery and shrimp ponds that stretched for 4 kilometers. Asian agri experts visited Delta State in 2004 and used vehicles, canoes, and helicopters to identify potential fishing havens from Sekelewu near Ondo State boundary through Batere Escravos, Forcados, Burutu, Odimodi, Age Agoro, Bomadi, Patani, Ume Ehowa, Asaba, Ase, Abo, Onye Oko, Asaba, and Ebu Ala. The reports they produced must be somewhere in Government House Asaba. He added, as for livestock, we have adequate lands for breeding pigs, goats, sheep, poultry, ducks, turkey, pigeon, etc. Oil palm and raffia proliferate in the Niger Delta. In truth, what food do northern states transport to us that gives them the impudent voice to threaten a food embargo? He acknowledged that perhaps the difficulty we may have is that our southern politicians are unwilling to think and apply strategy to transform our natural resources abundance to wealth and prosperity for the general food. While making his closing remark, Professor Dara maintained that the Niger Delta people should encourage the northern food cabals to carry out their threat to stop food supply. That is when our politicians will realize that the business of governance is more serious than winning elections and riding in imported luxury jeeps, he concluded. Thank you for listening to this news. Thank you so much, Professor Dara. You see, that's why it's good to be a scholar and an academia. When you are an academia, you'll be able to know so much about things around you. You'll be able to know more about situations, the economy, what is in the economy and what is not in the economy, what the economy demands and what it doesn't demand. You can imagine the threat from the northern regions that they are going to ban importation of food to the southeast. What's imprudent, according to Professor Dara. Let me tell you something. See, naturally and standard, let me just tell you, you can make your findings. Do you understand? The southeast have all the foodstuff that will serve them for the whole year, in fact, throughout their stay here on earth. The only problem we are having in the southeast, the only difference between the southeast and the northerners, and the only thing I see that is making the northerners to brag on foodstuff is that the northerners, 99% of them rely on agriculture, and agriculture is their only source of income. But in the southeast, it is 70%. Yes, from my calculation. So they are more into farming than we in the southeast. You understand? So that is the only threat. But when you're talking about the food itself, no. They cannot even go there. They won't even go close to that place. You understand? So that is the only threat that I see coming from them. So if they say that they no longer want to be supplying the southeast foodstuff, then the southeast will now be forced to increase the number of people going into farming, and we will now see who will beat. See, they can't, because they cannot survive without we patronizing them. They cannot. Where will they get the money to get their food? Their own food, even the food to feed their livestock, where will they get the money? Is it not from the patronage that will give to them that they get the money to feed their livestock and still take care of their family? Is it not still because they want our patronage? That is why they force themselves into the south, is saying that they are going nowhere. Huh? My viewers, this, just like Professor Dara has said, let us pester them to go on with that threat. We want it to happen. Let us see who it is going to affect on the long run. You understand? Let us see. The threat is too empty. To me, it's an empty threat. There is nothing in it. So, my viewers, I don't really know what your comments concerning all that has just been said by Professor Dara, right? But please, deem it fit to leave your comments below the comment box. Click on the subscription buttons as well as the bell buttons to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.